Hey, it's Joe. So this is part 3 of our boat insurance lessons. Today we're going to talk about navigation territory. Most policies will have a limited navigation territory, and usually it's a lot more defined if the boat is over 27 foot, which most insurance companies today consider a yacht. Regular boats, basically it's US, Canada, and Mexico. That's your navigation territory because the boats are smaller, so they can be trailered, they can go anywhere. But let's focus on boats that are over 27 foot or what they consider a yacht. And the navigation territories, and now we're on the East Coast in New Jersey, and we write from the Great Lakes all the way to the Caribbean. So our clients need to be very specific, and the typical policy is written as Maine to Morehead City, North Carolina. That's your navigation territory. So you can use your boat inland and offshore waters in that time frame, or in that territory. There is an extended one where we go from Maine all the way to Florida. That's the second one you have to look at. Okay? If you decide in the wintertime you want to take your boat to Florida, this allows you to do it. On the first one, Maine to North Carolina, you can't. Once you go past that South Carolina border, you have no coverage. So be very aware that these are very specific coverages. We can go from Maine to Florida to the Bahamas, which is separate coverage. You have to add that coverage. It's about a 2-hour trip off on the East Coast to get to the Bahamas, and I've done the trip. It's actually a pretty good trip. It's nice. So it's something that I would recommend if you have the opportunity to do it, but you got to have the coverage for it. Lastly, there is Caribbean coverage. That is a special endorsement. It's very specific. You need to know when you're going to be there, how you're getting there, the experience, the number of people going with you. Even sometimes the Bahamas asks for that, but the Caribbean definitely. How long's the boat going to be there? Who's going to watch the boat if you're not there? Say you're fortunate enough to be flying down to the Caribbean once a month just to use your boat, use your home. There are some very, very specific coverages, and we can discuss that. We do that all the time. Now, there's one thing that I really want to warn you about. If you're a Northeast client of ours and you decide to go south of your normal territory, which could be either through North Carolina or through Florida, the North clients up in the Northeast here have a North-South endorsement, which means you have to bring the boat most times north of the Florida-Georgia border by June 1st, which of course is hurricane season. Can't be south of that border between June 1st and typically 11/1, some companies 11/15. That is hurricane season. You can't be south of that. Some companies actually want you can't go south of the North Carolina border, but there are very specific companies with that. So please make sure that you talk to us about your navigation needs and where you'll be. Even if you're not quite sure you're going to do it right away, we can always make a change later in the policy, but you got to tell us. You can't assume you have the coverage. That's it for today. Tomorrow we're going to talk about a really important subject, and that's layout. Hope everybody has a great day.